Hello, welcome to a new video of Dynasty 1. Today I'm going to talk about saving up ingots for the God of Wealth of Amulet event, which is a couple weeks ago, and this video is new. I decided to do it right now because I think most people probably miss that, or they realize, or if the last one was your first event, then you realize it's pretty difficult to get it. You probably have to recharge a lot during the event to get the hero, the 777 hero that you want, the 777 amulet. So if you're not going to recharge all the time, you're not going to spend a bunch of money on it, you are probably wondering how long do you have to save, how long does it take to get one of them. And in this video I'm going to analyze it, how much can you get on a daily basis or on a monthly basis, because I think the event happens 4 times a year, so I'm just going to assume 3 months. You have 3 months time until you see the next event. So how much can you actually save? Well, I'm going to talk about it in this video. So the first thing, if you want to save up, you have to get this, the monthly card. If you don't get it, we will talk about how much less ingots you get in a bit. But if you are willing to spend money and only a little bit, I'll recommend only the monthly card is the best deal, because it does give you 3,300 ingots in total, in addition to other stuff in the sign-in rewards. Some of them, if you have the monthly card, you get double the reward. Mainly is the amulet that is the best thing in here. The other thing is the hero's soul and the war scroll, which is not that big of a deal. You do get the that one button where you can just put down all your troops. Sometimes it's useful, sometimes not really, but that's the first thing, okay? And that probably contributes a lot already. The next thing is the sign-in, which is what I'm going to talk about. Every, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Every 8 days you get the ingot reward. So you can see the first day of the month you get 30, and then the 9th day you get 50, and then 80, and then 120. So you don't want to miss more than 6 days. If you miss more than 6 days a month signing in, you won't be able to get the last one, which is the 120. But this one is pretty lenient as well, because you can literally miss 6 days and you can still get the 120, and all these add up to 200 something, close to 300. So that's the second thing. The next thing is the staying online, the daily online reward. This one you need to stay online for a total of 2 hours, and you don't just stay online 2 hours. Obviously you have to claim the reward every period of time that it requires. So the first one is 10 minutes, and then 20 minutes for the grains, and 30 minutes for hero soul, and then the 1 hour for ingot, and you get 20. So I think 20, yeah, 20. So you can do this every day, and you probably want to do it every day, and you go, and sometimes I mean every week I think there's at least 2 days where there's an event where you get double the daily online reward, so that's an extra 20. So that's on those days you definitely want to stay online for at least 2 hours. And if you're on the Android phone or tablet, it's easier, because even if you turn off your like if you just minimize your app, sometimes it still runs on the background and it will count for that. If you're on Apple iOS, sometimes if you minimize it, like if you just press the home button, it will completely like shut off the app, and the app is not going to run on the background and it doesn't count. So if you're using an Android system, it's easy. You don't really have to stay online. You just have to go in every 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and an hour, and you can just collect it. So that's the next thing. And then you also have the Warlord Tour chest. Warlord Tour chest depends on the quality of the chest. So I assume if you're trying to save up for the 777 amulet hero, you probably are at least platinum ranking already, meaning at least, I don't know, 70 something level. To get to the crystal, you have to be above 80, so 81 and above. Then you get the crystal chest. So on crystal chest, the ingot you get is 300 per chest, and then platinum is 250, and gold is 200, and so on. But if you're high, you should be at platinum or crystal when you're trying to save these heroes. So obviously you don't get the ingot every chest, but a couple weeks ago I made the video on gold and platinum chest and see what's the chance of getting the ingot. And I think it's close to like 10% or less than 10%. So if you do play the World Tour and you score pretty well, meaning if you can get maybe 2 or 3 chests every day, there is a really high chance you can get at least 1 or 2 of these really good chests in the week. If you score like number 1 to 4, you get like 4 to 5 chests every day. You can probably get more ingot chests in here. Obviously, this depends on luck, and it's not really that reliable. So we can talk about that later as well. The next thing is the quest. So you can have daily quests where this daily quest doesn't happen daily, but it does happen very often, maybe 2 or 3 times per week. It's the one that asks you to share the game with your friends on Facebook. So if you go to friends, on the top right of the page, there's a share button. I assume every app shares to their Facebook, except the China version because they don't have Facebook. But they have whatever they. But you always can share, and you get 50 ingots for sharing, and this happens I think 2 or 3 times per week. And today, as you can see, I don't have it this time, so I'm not gonna be able to get the 50 ingot today. Then the next thing is the treasure mission. The treasure mission, sometimes they offer, I don't have it today, but sometimes they offer the chance to get 100 ingots or 200 ingots, depending on how many heroes you need. The 100 ingots I think requires 3 heroes, and the 200 ingot requires 4 heroes. If you don't have the heroes, request and state clearly that it's for ingot mission, then so that your alliance member doesn't give you like crappy heroes. And it happens pretty often too. I assume like maybe 3-4 times per week, depending on how the level of your delicate tower. The higher the level of your delicate tower, the more available free mission. So the more mission you do each day, the faster they replace. So you get more new mission every day, and you can just swipe out just to find the one that you want. So in this account, I don't have 3 attempts, so I'm not even bothered doing it, because each day I can only remove 3 mission and get 3 new one. So if you are trying to go for this route, I mean, this route is pretty good too, because you can get other stuff in here as well. And you should do your delicate tower mission daily, every day, to get the dust and the treasure fragment, amulets, and ingots. So this is another way to do it. Now the next thing is obviously the easiest, just to clear out these obstacles. They spawn every day. They vary from like 0 to like I think 10 or something like that. And you can also have the treasure chests that spawn from the alliance donation that everyone can do. So that's another thing you can do. Obviously, you have to pay ingots to build up that donation, but it's an entire group of people doing it. So, and you should do it as well. And I will talk about those in detail as well. Then the next thing is the alliance treasure, where you can get it once 20 people sign in, which is this one right here. Now this one is a little bit tricky because it depends on your ranking in your alliance, so it's not that reliable. As you can see in my account, I don't get anything. That's because I am not a consular and above. So if you're a consular, your treasure box in here will give you 20 ingot. If you are the chief or the vice chief or leader, whatever this is called in this game, you get 50. You get 50 ingot. So all of these ranking, the chief, the vice chief, and the consular, are limited to an X amount of number of people. So if you're not it, you can't really try too hard and get it. So that's the other thing. If you are the chief, then you get a 50 extra each day, which is a big deal. And then the next thing is probably the tax. Levying tax gives you 20 each time, and you can do it 3 times a day. So you should do it 3 times a day. And this is probably easy too, because it follows your phone time, your device time. So you can't really miss it. And if you do miss it, you can change the time on your device and go back and catch it. That's a little trick you can do. You can't really cheat this too much. It's only like, you know, a couple, not a lot. So that's pretty important, because you can do it every day and you get 60 each day. So you have to do that every day. Now, obviously you have your spending as well. I'm going to calculate your daily to weekly, monthly spending. Obviously I'm not counting like, oh, I'm just gonna buy a bunch load of beads. So that's not going to work if you're trying to save. But there are daily and weekly spending that you have to use your ingots for, and I will cover that as well. For example, Alliance War, you have to spend at least 20 to buy an addition 10 troop slots, so you can donate more. If you have a really big alliance, then maybe you don't need to. If you're the weaker person, somehow the stronger people decide to donate more, donate like really high housing troop that you might not need to, but that's only 20 per week. That's not a lot. Now the next thing that is really, really important right now is the territory war, because that will be a big spending each week. Now, you can have a territory war anytime. So I can't say like, oh, you're gonna have one each week, but you can, at most you can have 2 each week, because it takes 3 days to finish an alliance war. You have 2 days to prepare, and then you have 1 day to fight. So for me, all of my account right now, I am buying additional 40 scheme slots. So that's another 340 ingots, which I will calculate the whole thing with you in a bit. So well, I'm not gonna click all of these right now, but as you can see, there are daily and weekly spending that you need to spend. So how much can you actually save? So I'm gonna go to an Excel spreadsheet and I'll show you how much can you actually save. So as you can see right now, I'm in my Excel spreadsheet. I'm gonna talk about how much ingots can you actually save. So in here, the first column right here is the recharge. So that's the monthly card that I talk about. Once you buy the monthly card, you get 300 immediately, and then you get 100 each day. So that's what this means. And then the tax, the levying tax, as I said a while ago, is 20 each time, so you get 60 per day. Then the login is the sign-in reward that you get the whole monthly grid. If you add up the 4 ingots reward, you get it adds up to 280. So Warlord here is the Warlord Tour chest. It depends on how well you do and how lucky you are. So I'm gonna put this in a little bit later. Online, the online reward. So if you stay online every day for 2 hours, you get 20, and then each week there's 2 days where you get the double reward. So that's 40, because each day there's 2 days with an extra 20, so that's 40 per week. And then the Alliance War is what I mentioned, donating troops. So why would it be 30, right? I said if you donate the troops, it should be negative 20, because you spend 20 extra. However, yes, you spend 20 to buy 10 extra slot, but if you fight in all 5 battles, each battle you fight in the Alliance will give you ingots. So in here, I just put 50. What that means is, I assume you get, on average, you get probably 10 per battle. Sometimes you get 5, sometimes you get 10, sometimes you get 15, sometimes you get 20. If you take the average of that, it's actually more than 10. But let's say if you are pretty lucky and you don't have to donate extra, then you get 50. But let's just keep it at 30, more reliable, okay? Now, territory war, this is what I was saying earlier. I said I buy additional 40 slots, 40 scheme slots per war. So that's 340 ingots, as you can see in the previous video. And if you do it 2 times, that's negative 680. But let's put it at 0 right now. Daily quest, this is the sharing with friends thing. And I put 100 because I assume you get that quest 2 times per week, which is a pretty understatement. You probably get it 3 to 4 times. So, but let's keep it 100. The treasure mission is the mission you get in the treasure. I just put 500 because pretty easy, you can get that. But let's say put it at 0, okay? Because this is not reliable as well, not as reliable as the daily quest. Now the obstacle, I put you get 100 per week, which I think it's pretty easy to get, because these obstacles spawn couple per day, and it ranges from, you probably get at least over 15 to 20 per day, and you get 7 days in a week. But let's say you're unlucky, so let's put 50. All right. So this miscellaneous is the donating to the alliance chest. But let's say you don't donate anything at all, and you just get the you just do the basic things every day, you get up to a pretty good amount every month. So what I did in here is I just take the first row, multiply by 30, the second row multiply by 4, and then the last row obviously is just a monthly thing, so you don't have to multiply anything, and you get a total of what you get each day. So it adds up to 6,900 something. Now if you don't use the monthly card, you should take away half from that, okay? Because that's 3,300 something. So easily I could just take out 0, 0. That's 3,000 something that you can easily. This is almost guaranteed, okay? This is guaranteed. This is not guaranteed. If we take out the non-guarantee stuff, you still get 3,200. Okay, this is basically guaranteed. But let's go back and put down the stuff back. So if you do bought the monthly card, and let's put it more realistic, let's say on average you get 500 ingots from chests, which is silly because you can't really get that because you get 300 each chest. And let's put this back to 30 because you do spend something. And let's say territory war, you guys don't do territory war. The treasure mission, let's say 400 or something like that. See, if you don't donate anything, you get over 10,000 ingots per month. And if you have 3 months, you just multiply that by 3. Okay. Miscellaneous stuff, you do donate the 2 times each day. The first time takes 10, the second time takes 20, so it adds up to 30. You still get easily over 9,500. So before territory war, it's actually very easy to save up ingots. Now, I don't know how everyone does the territory war. It's still fairly new. I don't know. What I do is I always donate. I buy additional 40 slots that takes up this much, and you still get a pretty good. If you don't donate anything, and if you're out of everything, you just do the basic stuff, you get 6,900. If you do everything and you donate a lot, then you get this much. But actually, I mean, I don't do 2 wars each week. I do 1 each week, so I can still save up 8,200 each month. That's a pretty good number, because let's just take that and multiply by 3. That's a pretty good number. You get 24,000. So it's probably not enough to save up for your hero, for your 777 hero, because if you exchange this to Amulet, you get at least 246. Okay, that's the base value. But obviously, when you do it in the event, you get a higher chance. But let's say you get 1.5 times of that. Well, I need to divide by 100. You get 300 something. Okay, you get about approximately half of it. So it's not really enough. Okay, so if you really want it, you have to minimize your usage and just try to be lucky with everything. Okay, you can be lucky and get this. You can be lucky and get these. You want do more Warlord tour. Try to get 3 chests with ingots each week. You can easily go up to this amount, which is not yet 3. So you can get 500 something amulet each event. Now that's saying you get at least 12 on average. You get 12 amulet per time you play the event. That you spend 800 ingot. That's not really ideal, but this is very a lucky situation. But you still can't get it. That's the problem. Only if you're using ingots. Obviously, during 3 months, you save up amulet as well. And we can talk about the amulet in another video, but this is it for this video. So if you like these type of video and you want to know more about how much amulet you can possibly save each month or in the 3 months period, like the video and tell me that you guys want to see the amulet calculation as well. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.